Hello. Hello, can everyone hear me?
Hello, I can hear
Hi,
you
can you
very
hear?
well.
Great, thank you. I was trying to make sure that everyone could hear me. Fantastic. Thank you, Carl Luis. Welcome.
Thank you.
Amazing. Amazing. So welcome everybody. I am Tamiris Herzing. I am the coordinator of the Young Founders Program. And today we'll be going through a little bit about our program and everything that entails. Everyone is very welcome. And this call is divided into two main sections. First, we're going to go through the overview, the program, everything else we have to offer. And then the second part is the Q&A. Then I'm going to answer questions you guys have about the program. All right? So I'm very, very excited. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Priscilla, Mohammed, Momen,
Thank
Javier,
you.
Hatza, Fabio, Nayara,
Hello.
Olusegun, Mohammed. Oh, Olusegun is 2 times here. Hussein, Amanda, Gray, Christian, everyone, very, very welcome. I'm sorry if I haven't said your name. It's a lot of people, but I'm very, very excited to have you all here. So let's get started. The first part is a very quick overview of the Vestavella Foundation. So our foundation was established in 2013 by Guido Vestavella. He was the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Vice Chancellor of Germany. And he was an amazing man, did a lot of great work. And one of his main things was to support democracy and uplifting development, countries in development. So he, together with a good friend, Haf Dommermuth, that is the only billionaire of the internet in Germany. He's a fantastic entrepreneur, started literally as a sales person in a computer store ages ago, and then now has this entire empire. He's super intelligent and understands everything about business. Decided to found a foundation to support entrepreneurship into the developing world. Then we focus in emerging markets. What does it mean? That primarily we work with companies that are located and have their primary focus in developing countries. And this I already asked one of the main asked questions. Does it mean if, for example, I'm incorporated in other country, I cannot apply? No, that's not an issue if your main market is a developing country. We have some physical locations. We have in Tunisia, Rwanda, and Tanzania, 3 amazing offices there where we support entrepreneurship also locally, yeah? Then our mission is to uplift emerging markets through empowered entrepreneurship. As I said, both of our founders are amazing entrepreneur people who literally worked hard to get where they basically, unfortunately, Guido Vastavella passed away, but to reach the level that they did. Now let's talk the overview about the Young Founders Program. This is just a very quick summary. I'm going to go through the activities in a minute, but the Young Founders Program is a fellowship, international fellowship for entrepreneurship leaders, yes? So we focus in people that are C-level. So normally who participates is at least a co-founder, a COO, a CEO, CFO, someone that is in the highest levels that is supporting and can make strategic decisions, right? And we have some activities that go throughout. We have mentorship, peer learning, expert sessions, investor and corporate introductions, and then this culminates in the Berlin conference. Yeah, here's just some key figures, and we have the cohorts going through. And it's very amazing to see all the fantastic startups that been part of the cohorts and now are in amazing levels and already seed series B, seed B, and etc. and really going through the next level. So what do we offer, right? Here it's in a bit more detail. So we start with the moment that this cohort, remember, the end of the applications is on the 8th. So next week, Tuesday. So you guys have 7 days. a week to do application if you haven't done it yet. Basically, right after this, we will go through interviews, and then we will have a kickoff conference for the chosen 25. We're going to have basic training, icebreakers, matchmaking, understanding better the profiles. Then we go through business diagnostics. What it is that we understand you and your business and see what can best support you. The remote program will go from September to February, and we have monthly workshops with always experts. We have access of the library of recorded sessions. We have peer mentoring monthly as well. We have introduction to a mentor and access to the Vestavela network. We have Hangouts, we have Slack, we have demo days, we have Global Connect, we have the people in the local offices, and etc. And then the top 10 participants of each cohort are invited to Germany to come to Berlin for a week with all the expenses paid to get to know the Berlin environment. So to get to know Berlin, to get to know the city, of course, enjoy a little bit sightseeing, get to know the city and all the cool things in Berlin, but mostly to make connections, to meet investors, donors, supporters, mentors, strategists, and a lot of people who can help support you and your business here from Germany. What is the selection criteria? This is a very important point that a lot of you guys ask. We're looking for entrepreneurs with a high potential for impact and growth, and to be part of this sustainable future that all of us want, right? These here are guidelines, okay? It does not mean that we automatically exclude someone if they don't fit perfectly on exactly all the things. This is guidelines for us to at least have a general idea of what to expect. So we want someone that in the last 5 years developed a company for profit. This is one of our few hard lines. We do not work with NGOs. We work with for-profits, right? So you have revenue, you have some profit. Even if it is a social entrepreneurship, we have those that we work together, that their focus is social impact, but they do have a revenue source. And they make some money that they reinvest and etc., but it still has revenue, so it's a for-profit. Focus on the developing or emerging market, right? Mostly global south. So we say LATAM, we say Africa, and we say Asia, right? Of course, Asia with some exceptions, right? Because, for example, Japan is not really a developing country. It's an extremely developed country, so it's an exception. It wouldn't count. Well, we mean like we have people from Cambodia, Philippines, Vietnam, Taiwan, etc., etc., etc. Scalable business model that has ideally generated revenue. So what we want is ideally, here is a very important word, it means that this doesn't cut you off, but we would like to see that you already have some market fit. So you're already giving some service or delivering some product, so we can see that your business is already going to a certain direction. Disruptive qualities that can increase the quality, impact, or inclusiveness of the industry. This for us is understanding someone that it cares about their community, that is making a positive impact, that is supporting other people, that their business is a fair employer and is doing all the correct stuff for their employees and their community they're inserted on. And a very, very important point is they're available to attend the Digital Kickoff Conference and make time to participate in the sessions, right? We have sessions monthly. I would say that it's around 1 hour a week. Sometimes it may be like 2 hours because we have like an expert that is going to come do a full workshop. He needs 2 hours to do his workshop. We're not going to say no because it's 2 hours, but generally is around 1 hour a week. And good working knowledge of English. Does it say that if English is not your first language, you're going to be excluded? No, because it's not even mine since I'm Brazilian. So it's important that you're able to communicate and understand because the sessions are held in English, a community is in English, the network is in English. So if you have to communicate with your mentor, you need to be able to at least understand what is being said and explain and express yourself. Next part. The application process. So here Tuesday, I think is Tuesday next week is it's the 9th.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
9 is Tuesday. Yeah, that's correct. I thought it was 8. So the 9th is the deadline at 11:59 Central European Time. So by midnight here in Europe, in Germany. I will share the link again here on the 1 second. And there we asked some questions. We asked we asked your pitch deck, LinkedIn profile, CV, and basic financial information. What is basic financial information? I always receive this question a lot. It's basically like lifetime revenue. All the information you guys give to us, these are all confidential. They will never be shared to anyone else, right? So it's basic, for example, lifetime revenue. Have you received an investment? How much? Have you received grants? How many employees you have? What is your general, this is very general questions. We're not gonna ask like month by month or bank statements. This is not what we want. We just need the general numbers, right? So we can understand where your business is at, because there is a difference. Someone who's making $1 million per month, this is not really in the level that we're looking for. We want someone who's growing, right? And someone who generating perhaps $10 per month is also a bit too low. So we want someone who's in a relatively growing phase, right? And it takes around 20 minutes to fill if you're very detailed. I have heard people that filled in 10. If you have all of your information with you, it's easier. We only review complete applications, right? And what we mean complete is the main information. If you perhaps do not have, I don't know, there are some that are even optional. For example, incorporation date is optional. So what we mean is we need the main information, especially the financial ones, and name of the company, where is it residing, and et cetera, et cetera. If you're not sure, just apply and see. We had a lot of people and we're very excited to have these new cohorts. The interviews will happen in August between the 22nd and 26th. So what will happen is next week, by the end of next week, the invitations will be sent. And then the people invited will be able to schedule a session, and then they'll come and have 50-minute conversation, including 5-minute pitch and 10-minute Q&A, right? So you would do a traditional pitch with your pitch deck in the background. You explain your business model, just generally, so we understand what you're doing. The team, are going to make some questions, and then we're going to generally evaluate objectively and subjectively. So objectively is normally innovation, market qualities, market fit, growth, and etc. And the subjective, that is, for example, motivation. If you're really like willing to be part, that you want to grow, and you want to learn about specific parts of the industry that we can support you with. For example, we had pitch deck sessions, how to improve HR and leadership. Sessions on B2B, B2C, marketing, community, all these things is things that we want to know what you want. And this is what would feel, no, incorporation of the company is not a necessity. This is not optional thing. It's optional, right? It's even written there, optional. It's not obligation. You don't have to be incorporated already. So it's just like what I mean, most important information is financial information in general, the pitch deck, so we understand what you're doing. And the pitch deck doesn't have to be a super extra detailed pitch deck, right? We need to understand your business model. So what are you selling? Is it a product? Is it a service? Are you doing courses? Are you offering a specific physical product? We have to understand at least this. Your projections, so like financial, where you came from and where you're going. The team, so we have an idea of what you guys are doing. And basically this. So it doesn't have to be a super detailed pitch deck, but it's important that we understand your business and your business model. So what are you doing exactly? Because sometimes you guys make a description and it's a very general one. So like, we're looking to improving the environment and the world through our business. Okay, but that's great. This is an amazing objective, is extremely important. But what exactly is your product or service? So we need to understand that so we can see how it fits with the cohort and everyone else. All right, and then around the 30th, 31st of August, we'll send the final emails with the rejections and not rejections, but many times it's not even that you're not a fit candidate. It's sometimes just that you're too early on or too late on to benefit from our program. It has happened companies that were too far already, like seed B or something, and then you're like, okay, they're already raising millions. They don't really need this help. That here is for growth, right? This was my main explanation. So let me share the link with you guys, and then I can go to questions. Just 1 second. All right. Amazing. So I just put in the chat for everyone the link for a form, and I will show it quickly as well here for you guys, just to have a look as well. Just a quick. Here. No, clicked wrong. Yay, that's here. So here basically is the form and the details. So we would here just explain the same thing that I just explained you guys. So like the selection criteria, how it works, the program, that we have the sessions and etc. And then here there is the info sessions, that this is the last one for this cohort. You would click next, and then we have some questions. Some that are obligatory here, for example, your name, your email, right? And then you guys will answer gender, country of residence, birthday, etc., this kind of things. And then we would go to the second part once you finish .com. And then you can come here. I'm available to participate in the planning programs. And then you put next, and then you're going to give here company name, industry. So for example, we have tech, financial, health, agriculture, transport, e-commerce, green and blue tech, and all these details. A description of your business, the website, pitch deck. And here, for example, date of incorporation is optional, right? But these other ones, we please kindly ask you to fill. So when did you start operations? So like, when did you start your business? You started 2 years ago, 3 years ago. What was the revenue in 2021? What was the entire lifetime revenue? And an important point to make is, please, guys, calculate in USD, right? In dollars. So we can really make the good comparison. So what kind of funding you have received so far, if it was equity, debt, grant, or other type. The founding team, just quickly, like, for example, I would put Tammy Hassing, I'm a coordinator, Judith Lee is a project manager, etc., etc. Would explain quickly 3 milestones, and that's it. That's the form. That's all you have to fill. If we haven't made any revenue yet, can we apply? Yes, you can apply. We will analyze case by case, because sometimes, for example, you already close contracts or you already have something lined up, but it's not the traditional format because every business is different. And this is something what I say that it's very important for you guys. If you're not sure, just apply, because sometimes I'm not really sure, what do you mean registered legally? You mean, because startups normally are registered, right? You have a business, so it's a normal, regular business. So generally, yes.
Oh, okay.
Do you have a specific explanation or question?
I have a founding team, but we haven't registered our company yet. Like we did not put through the documents. So I was wondering, like, do I have to put through the so I was wondering, like, do we have to be registered legally to be eligible to apply?
Okay, so you have a founding team, so your companies already exist, so you're already working on it, you have employees?
Yes, yes, kind of that, but it's just the legal part is not registered. Like we did not get the company name, and in Mongolia you also get the registration number for your company. So we don't have that yet. But if it's if we have to do that, we can do it like within two or 3 days. So I was just wondering if that's actually very necessary.
It's always important to register your company. Is one of them is extremely important. But I wouldn't say that you should not apply, because if your business already exists and have a service and a product, and you're going through the legal hoops yet, then I understand absolutely you can apply, and just like here in other relevant considerations, explain that we're still going through the legal process because we need to do this and this here in Mongolia. But each country is different. This is why I asked specifically, because some countries you literally just have to go online and do a form. Some other countries it takes months. So then you already have the business, but you just have to go through longer process. So that's absolutely fine if the business already exists.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so Carl-Luis, please.
Hello, Samaris. Thank you for your presentation. Everything was very clear. But I have a question about the pitch deck. To whom should we give access to the drive when we share the document, so that the PPT is not open wide for every single person with a link?
Normally, I would say 1, you don't put in PPT form, you put in PDF form so no one can edit or change.
Okay.
2, it should be open to everyone with the link access, because, for example, I am the coordinator of the project, but my team is comprised of 4 people. So once I do the preliminary look through, and then my team, so the managing director, the programs leader is going to sit down and also want to look at these pitches. So then if they also don't have access, they're going to be like, okay, I would prefer perhaps someone that I can at least understand better. So it's just to make everything easier. So I suggest always put in PDF. So prepare the PPT, save in PDF, and put in a link that everyone can access it.
Okay, thank you very much. Very clear.
Yeah, of course. Momin.
Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes.
Thanks for your great presentation, but I have 2 questions. The first one, that I won a seed fund, but I didn't launch my business yet because I'm in the process of launching. Can I apply for this?
Yes, because you got seed funding, and means that your company is official. You wouldn't get
Yes,
funding
official, and we are
without a real
legal.
company.
We are registered illegal.
Yes, then you definitely can apply, because I know that funding is the hardest part. So if you already got funding, for sure, your business is already established. So that's absolutely fine. We had people that were already started the process, but since there was, for example, agribusiness, it takes a while for the revenue really to officially comes back, or a service that starts and then takes a while. So it's absolutely understandable if you have this issue. Yeah, that's no problem.
Okay, my second question is, what is the financial information required, which is because we didn't have a venue yet, because we are not launched yet. So we are just make a cost in launching the process. We are not launched yet. So what is the financial information that is required?
Well, technically, if you already made pre-seed, then technically this is already, you could put this as revenue. But then you have to explain
I
there.
didn't get it. What do you mean?
You already received investment, right?
Yes.
External investment, was this bootstrap?
No, actually, it's a grant.
Sorry?
A grant funds.
Okay, so you can write this details like about the grant. There is a part there that has like how much grant and etc. And then you can put these details, and then there is other consideration. You can explain exactly like, hey, we're about to launch. We have this, this, and this already established, and then we'll definitely take into consideration.
Okay, I got it. Actually, my third question is the training that when our week. Is it like a mini acceleration or something like this, or it's a general training? So so maybe it require a assignment after that, a training, or just a training without assignments.
The 20th, I'm sorry, I didn't understand your question.
I mean that there's many training and it requires many assignments like acceleration programs. Is it like acceleration program that we
No,
have
no,
to
no, no.
validate and
No, you're not going to have assignments like homework, like from school. This is not the thing that we do. We may perhaps, like, for example, say, hey, if you do this and this, you may improve your pitch deck, or if you do specific things. So sorry, 1 second. If you do specific things, it will help improve your business, but we're not going to have assignments every week that you have to do homework. No. Our objective is to help develop you as a founder, as a business owner, not to give heavy assignments that you have to do every week. That's
okay,
not a thing
got it.
we do.
Actually, my final question is there any seed funds after finish this training or something like this, or grants?
We do not give direct money. We're a foundation. However, what we do is at the end of every program, we give introductions to investors. So we have an investors database. So we know multiple investors. We have a list of them. We talk to them. And then, for example, the cohort that is finishing right now, they already are having scheduled meetings with investors in September. So we basically do this. We teach you how to improve your pitch deck. We teach you how to pitch. We have pitch training. We have all these things, and then put you in front of the investor. So
Okay.
what you have to do is to pitch well. Then in the end,
Okay, got it.
it's all on you, right? Okay, let me answer just a couple questions here. What would be considered healthy revenue volume? Asking because of the valuation of your country. Yes, I understand this. I come from Brazil, and I cannot even tell how horrible it's right now, the comparison on numbers. So I understand the valuation. And we do not have a very strict number. We would see also, for example, if you have like, for example, you started, it depends. Like, I cannot even say. I would say that normally would consider 10K lifetime revenue a good number, but as I said, it's not the definitive number, right? It's not the number that we say like, no, you cannot apply, you cannot come to participate. We would, of course, evaluate case by case. And yes, we would take into consideration, for example, we had people from certain countries that in their country, in their local revenue, they are doing very well. But once you transform to dollars, because there is a devaluation country-wise, there is an issue that it looks lower. But when you see, you understand the context, and then you can definitely evaluate individually. If a group still hasn't received any funding, can still apply. They're still in ideation stage. Hasa, normally not if you don't even have like a product done, like you don't have your business register, you don't have a product done, and you don't have a service. What I mean is you need to at least have a product fit, like a market fit, like understand your market, have a product or service to be sold, to be a bit more clear. Because if you're very, very early stage, I always recommend or try to apply or apply next year, and then you can definitely just try it out. Priscilla, please.
Yes, thank you for the presentation. I wanted to ask about the, apart from this training or the program, do you also offer mentorship programs for startup businesses? Like I had a business 2-3 years ago and I closed it for reasons, but I wanted to know if you also offer mentorship, because maybe I may not qualify for this year's conference because of the reasons that you've already mentioned. But for an early stage business, do you also offer such?
So our program is for entrepreneurs, right? For business founders. So normally you would have to have a business. What we have, yes, we have mentorship, and the mentorship is focused on the business founders. So I don't know if your new business, you said that you had a business, but you don't have anymore.
Yes, I closed it.
Okay.
And moved to Berlin, yes.
You moved to another city. I understand
yes,
that. So
yes.
Unfortunately, we don't have a program like focus on that.
Okay.
We have our program is focused on entrepreneurs. that
Mhm.
right now have a business and are
Mhm.
wanting to grow. So this is our main focus. Yes.
Yes, I'm working on that. I'm working on registering a new business, and so I wanted to know if I can qualify to apply for the mentorship program once I'm done with that.
Yes, absolutely. Once you're done with
Okay.
that, I just don't
Okay.
know about the, yes, you could definitely apply for the next cohort.
Okay.
We always stimulate people to apply because it has happened someone who applied once and their business was too early on. And then when they
Yeah.
applied the second time, their business was already in a level that really benefited from the program. And we're very excited to have them in. So it's just
Okay.
a matter really of the business fit and the cohort fit, right?
Yeah.
I don't have a
Thank you.
business website yet. Yes, this is not a problem. That's absolutely not a problem. The business website thing is just a thing that would be nice. But we had, for example, a business that run through Facebook. They had a Facebook community and they run through there and they're developing a website and already are generating so much revenue that is a full-on business. It's just that their model is focused on social media. That's absolutely fine. It's not a requirement. You wouldn't be disqualified for that. Absolutely not. Do I need to attach the LinkedIn link of my business page or personal profile? In the first page of the form, so we had 2 pages of the form, right? 3 actually. The first one is just explanation. The second page is focused on you. So there's about you. And the third page is focused on your business. So the third one, when it has business website, if you don't have a formal website yet, but you have a LinkedIn page, then put your LinkedIn page instead. Then we would focus on the LinkedIn page, and that's absolutely fine. No one has been disqualified because they don't have a website. That's not a problem at all. Age limit, that's a question I always have. We don't have a hard age limit. We have a lower age limit. Of course, you have to be 18 because we cannot bring to Germany an underage person, and an underage person in most countries cannot have a business. But we do not have an older full string limit. I would say that our average is between 25 and 35 years old. This is the average, but it's not a limit. Yeah, being a young founder, we just mean that we prefer not to have serial entrepreneurs that is like, okay, for example, what I mean is not someone who had one business that didn't work out and then is trying to make it work the second time. It is, for example, some people who are serious business entrepreneurs that they have one business, they sell, they have another business, they sell, they have another business, they sell. They already know how to do all the process, so they don't benefit from our program. What we mean is someone who's trying to make it work, who's trying to understand it. And sometimes they're a bit older, they're 45 or a bit older, that's absolutely fine. We wouldn't probably take someone over 60. I don't think we wouldn't, but we haven't. But we have, even in this cohort, a person who says is very young at heart. It's younger than me with the energy, but not age. So that's not an issue at all. Let me just see one more question. How many months or years is considered too early for a business to be disqualified? There is no months or years. It is your business level. There are businesses, for example, there is a business that is right now in the cohort that when they applied, they were 6 months in. They had over 10K of revenue. They already had a community of 5,000 people online. They were starting their pre-seed round, but they were only a bit more than half a year, right? Because their business grew very fast and they were able to manage this really well to develop their business. So it was not an early stage anymore because they're already starting seed round, right? Pre-seed, sorry. But sometimes, even if you have like, I saw, for example, another business that was for many, many years, but they started in very small, alone thing. They were just doing themselves. And then they formalized the business after 5 years. And then it became a business. Then is what we counted as the real business time, because before, when they're selling one-on-one, it was not a business, it was them selling. Do you know what I mean? So it really depends on your case. I would not say that you'll be disqualified for time, either way, too much or too less. It really depends on your business model and etc. We work with startups, so people have potential to scale and grow and become a nice big company. So this is the focus. Buzulva, I'm not sure if it is correct, but Charles is an easier name. But please make your question.
Thank you so much. Let me hope you get me well. Busura Charles from Uganda. and I
Zuva,
work
yeah.
with Aval. My question would be, because it seems like I've already filled the form already, the one you've been explaining. It sounds good, but then my question was on registration. So we are in the process of registering at the moment, because the registration in Uganda takes different levels.
Zuva, it cut your voice. It said it takes, and then your voice cut. Could you
Now
please
that
repeat?
after the business, the food, I'm saying, are you getting me now?
Yes, now it's back.
So I was saying, like, here in Uganda, the registration seems to be different according to the business. So there is where you register as a business, you first register a name, and then you go for a business or a company, you register. But then, being that we are dealing in food, you have also to register with the entities that actually do rectify whatever is taking place in the food industry, so that you can meet the qualities that actually you can be able to be certified each product you produce. So maybe my question would be, if we are still in the process, like we have the name Aval Agroecology Limited,
You are a business.
how is it?
I already consider a business first, because I know the process of Uganda very well. I had worked with many
because
founders
I've been
from
off and
Uganda.
on because of my network.
Yes. Oh, it cut off. Can you hear me?
Yes, now I get you now.
Okay. Yes, you are a business in every way, shape, or form, because food, you have to be registered in the food authorities, and this is already considered a certification. I know the process of Uganda, and it's very lengthy. So if you're already able to sell because you're registered in the food competencies, then you're already a business. So you can apply.
Okay.
Don't worry. I
Okay.
know I'm working literally with Uganda companies, and sometimes like we're discussing the legal issues. It's very lengthy. I know exactly what you're talking about. So don't worry, you can absolutely apply. We'll be happy to have your application. Sorry, Christian asked, our financial year started in August last year. Do we submit financial reports for 2021, or we can send up to date? Christian, we have literally both questions. We have for 2021, then you would do the calculation August until December. And then we ask lifetime revenue. So then you would put the entire calculation for everything you had the entire time. So we have both questions. So either way, you can apply with no problem whatsoever. Be very happy to have your application. Colette, I'm sorry, I don't understand your question. I would like an organization, but I don't know what's considered. Organization, a business, a startup. We work with businesses, with startups. So it's not necessarily organization. Like, I mean, we work with startups, it's a business. So you have a company, a business, and in this company or business, you are there and you're able to sell a product or a service that is growing, that is disruptive, that has cool innovation qualities, and then we'll take into consideration. Or would you like to formulate your question better, Colette? Javier, please.
Hi everyone, thank you, Tamir, for the information. It was very clear. We can see your passion for this, and that's good. I have a question. So if you could rate each part of the application, what would be more or less the weight you would give, for example, for the deck, or for the financial information, or for the factor that it could be like a social impact company? How would you measure it a little bit?
That's a fantastic question. So first of all, we absolutely love social impact entrepreneurship. We just don't work with nonprofits. So we don't work with, for example, NGOs, right? About the pitch deck. This is part of, so, okay, let me try to be more clear. this is a conversation I was even having last week when we were going through the applications that are already there. What is more important, a perfect pitch deck or an interesting idea that is doing well and just needs a bit polishing to do? We would prefer the idea, because in the end of the day, a pitch deck, we can support you and help you get better. We literally have experts and expert sessions in how to make a better pitch. But we cannot change your idea or your business, right? So if you your idea is interesting, you already started, you have a good market fit, you know where you want to go, you just need the last push, then we'd definitely already be super interested in your idea.
Okay,
And
thank you for
I don't know, your name is Javier, so I'm hoping you're from Latam.
Yes. Yes, but in fact, I'm not applying. I'm part of the Carlos team. We're co-founders. So he's the one who is applying, but we're supporting, you know.
Either way, yeah, that's it's for your business in general. So yeah, it's always
Yeah.
happy. I'm always happy to see Latin founders here. I'm trying to bring more and more. I want to see Latin America blow up and grow. And I keep thinking like, it's amazing when I see you guys here. So thank you very much for your question. Do you have other question?
Yeah. Yes, well, I'm not sure if it's the right moment, but if there is something that we haven't asked yet and that you think that is crucial or very important, we to know before applying.
The description of your company. Try to make it as clear as possible. Even if it is a bit longer, just make it clear. Like, we prefer that we understand exactly what you're doing, and then afterwards you can put more details. But in the beginning, just give us a clear description, because it's easier for us to understand exactly what you're selling or providing as a service, you know? So for example, an example that is clear. So when you say, one applicant did last time, we want to be the Airbnb of Africa. I immediately know what you're talking about. And then he's explained, okay, we have as special features this, this, and this, and we developed this website, we had this, and that, and then went in details. Or for example, we sell produce in Malaysia, and we support working moms being our resellers. So we know that there's 2 points, it's the selling and the working moms. And then this is a combination. So this is more or less like, I think is very important. It's not sending you to the form. Interesting. Let me double check then, just 1 second. Because for me, it goes to the form. Yeah, Javier, that would be the main point.
Okay, and last question. So do you have like a percentage of projects that you support regarding areas? For example, I don't know, 20% regarding healthcare, 25% regarding food and beverage, or something like that?
Excellent question. No, we don't have this super strict that I would say, oh no, it has to be this percentage, this percentage. No, it really depends on the profiles and the cohort and who is sending the applications, right? So if we see that it is an amazing business that is a bit different, it does not mean that we're going to be, no, you cannot, no, we will not take this person because the business is a bit different from the most ones. No, we are very agnostic in the types. What we try to have, and this is extremely important for us, is a good balance between female and male entrepreneurs, and a good balance between the regions. Right? So have a good balance between Latin America, Africa, and Asia. So we have a good distribution and everyone gets an opportunity. But we do not say like, oh, we only want health founders, or there was cohorts that had more health, some others more e-commerce, some others more climate change. It really depends on the period, because businesses come and go, right? So it depends.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Tamiris. And
yeah,
for sure, Latin America is going to be there.
Makes me really happy. Yeah, I say Latin America not because I think that we receive amazing applications. It's just that we started our reach to Latin America more recently, because we have very strong foundation in Africa, very strong foundation in Asia. We have amazing applicants coming, and Latin America is starting slower. And now we're reaching more there. And I really want this to be very equal throughout all the 3 continents. So Sandra, please
you.
make your question.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. I have a question or a bit of a concern. This is something that I'm also getting a lot from the programs that we are applying to. Initially, we are registered limited for guarantee, but we are not yet incorporated as an NGO. Although right now we're in the process of changing that into a for-profit entity because of a product that we have that will boost the sustainability of our program. Does the status of our registration affect our participation? Yeah, that's my question.
Yes and no. Why do I say yes and no? You say that you're not registered as an NGO.
No, we've not
No.
completed that process yet.
But you want to be an NGO, or is your focus for profit?
Our focus now is on a product that we've built in-house that is meant to go for profit.
Okay, so you're building you have a product and you already have work, and this product is a for-profit product.
Yes, yes.
All right, so then that would not be an issue because we work with for-profits. So if you tell me that you're for-profit and you have a clear product and everything, this would not change your status. If your business is focusing in NGO, then this would affect your status because we work with for-profits. But if you're focusing on for-profit, it's absolutely not an issue.
Okay.
We had, for example, a startup that they have an extra NGO. They are a startup. They have for-profit. The main service is profit. They make money, have a great revenue, but then they also open extra NGO to support the farmers in their country. Then this is not a problem because it's something separate, right? But I would apply with the information of the for-profit.
For-profit, because initially we'd registered and the aim was to go NGO, but then we realized that we needed to be sustainable. So thus we decided to develop a product that would support with that. So now we are in the process of registering a for-profit entity, but the entity that holds the product for now is limited by guarantee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know that the process can be lengthy, so I would definitely say you to apply, but don't give us the information of the NGO. Give us the information of the product that, for example, build the pitch deck with the information about the product that you want to sell and the details about it, and then we can really analyze it. Because if you give us the financial and numbers of the NGO, it's going to be very different than a for-profit one.
Does it affect that the product is not yet registered? Would that affect our participation?
Is the product being sold or commercialized in any way?
It's been commercialized. We already have one client who's being onboarded.
That is not a problem because you already have a client that is already receiving, and sometimes people say I want client, but for example, there are people who are B2B that have less clients, but then reach is bigger. So that definitely is not an issue. If your product is already being sold, commercialized, and you're going through the process of registration, that's not a problem.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, fantastic. Just really quick, my contact information. Okay, let me share with everyone. This is my email, but please, only if it is like a very specific issue towards the application. Otherwise, I get a lot of emails and just not able to answer everyone. And let me share again the link. I hope that this one is working. Okay, what are some examples of startups from previous cohorts that have been successful and have went to raise different funding rounds? That's a great question. I have to say that I have one in mind that was a fantastic entrepreneur from last year. Her name is Naomi Monari, and she came here to she came here to the conference, and they raised, her company is called Benacare, and they raised 5K here in the fund, and then they started because she won a pitch competition here inside of our foundation. Because what happens is we have, as I said, we have 25 people that are in the cohort. They participate on the online digital fellowship. From this 25, the top 10 on participation, interest, people, they're always there, they're participating, they're helping the co-workers, they are supporting the cohort, and these people, the 10 most participants, they will be invited to Germany, with all expenses paid. And then in the conference, they are able to pitch their business to donors, to investors, to et cetera, and Naomi was fantastic, made a fantastic pitch. Like everyone was like goosebumps afterwards. And just out of that, she won the competition, the 5K grant, equity free. Then afterwards, she already has 2 or 3 investments lined up. She's being able to choose. This was how great her pitch was. So we give you the tools, but we cannot pitch for you, right? So we can help you, give you exposure, make you meet investors and everyone. But at the end of the day, if you're gonna pitch well or not, it's gonna depend much more on you than on us. Yeah, so it is what it is. Javier, you still have your hand up? Do you have other question or? No, okay. Charles, please.
Yes, thank you for the communication. Actually, I think it has been necessary because like us, we had already filled the form. But then my question would be, is there a possibility of, after sharing whatever you've shared, now I've realized that we may want to include, we think we missed out more so in the feeding, I don't know. But then we wish to include them in the application. Is there a possibility of refilling it? That is the question.
I would just say for you to do a new one from zero. Do a new application. Yes, you can do a new application because then the system shows us always the newest one, and then we would see the newest one. If you do a second one, I would receive like both of your emails, and then I could see just the newest one. So you definitely just fill it again and put the details that you need.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be happy to receive the updated one.
Thank you so much.
Still reviewing.
Okay.
You wanted to see? Yes, I can give you even a link for the news. It's in German, so I don't know. Just a second. Let me get here. It's Benacare. It's from Nairobi, from Kenya. Her business. An amazing business. She's one of our one of the most amazing success cases. She's so fantastic. You guys are on LinkedIn, you'll find. Actually, if you go on the foundation, I think I literally just share on LinkedIn. I literally just share another photo of her winning the award. I remember because I was standing right there. It was so exciting. And I in that same day when she won the award in the evening, in the morning, I sat with her and we had some pitch training, like she was training her pitch to me. But the moment she got on stage, I mean, wow, she was so great pitching. And I say that this is something that is very important. You have to know that pitching is one of the most important things as an entrepreneur, because even if it is for a partnership, for a colleague, for sales, for whatever, you have to know how to highlight the best points of your business. Yes. Yeah, definitely. All right. Do we still have other questions about the program or something about one very important thing that I want to make it clear before we go is we are a foundation. We do not take equity, percentage, or any fee from anyone. Okay, our fund is a foundation, so we survive on donors and of the revenue of the programs when some company wants to support our programs. We do not take any money from the entrepreneurs. Okay, so just to make it clear, in case you guys are worried, because I know that there are some accelerators, and it's also fine, it's a different business model, but us is to support entrepreneurship. So we do not take equity or percentage or anything from your company. All right, so this was it. Unless anyone has any questions? No. One more time, the link, and please feel free to email me if you have extra questions about the application. Don't forget, we have until the 8th, so 9th. So we're almost there. I'm very excited to receive your guys' all applications. Next week, I'll be the entire week just reviewing applications. So I'll see you guys' names there. I have a good memory for names, so I'm very excited to see you guys' applications there. So thank you so much, everyone. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you guys soon.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, and thank you so much. We really appreciate.
Thank you. Very nice to meet you all. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks a lot. Bye bye.